What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dustin here, back with another video. I'm so happy to be back. I've been waiting for this moment all day to kind of film a video and be here with you guys in this moment here. Not to get too emotional about it, but I really enjoy talking to you guys and the people that you are as a whole. I really enjoy that and just the fact that we all can be ourselves here on this channel. So today I wanted to cover something that just crossed my mind. It goes a little something like this. So our whole lives, we're kind of like taught to be successful, right? We're taught to maintain our success, whether that's our wealth, our credit score, stuff like that. Having a big house, having a nice car, being able to maintain mental stability, being able to maintain a family, being able to have good relationships, lots of friends, going out on the weekends with people we know, our connections, all that stuff. Being able to kind of like maintain all of that in one big glob and just move forward with it as we go throughout life and really just keep that and bring it everywhere we go so people can see, hey, we've achieved something, we've accomplished something. I'm not saying those aren't good things. Those are incredible things. But here's where I think we got it messed up. Okay? We're taught to be successful, we're taught to have the perfect credit score, or we're taught to have all this money saved, and we're taught to have the best vehicle we could drive and the biggest house and the most amount of cars in the garage, and our grass has to be greener than all our neighbors. This is like the American way, right? Okay, let me put a stop to this here. What if life isn't as good as those things are? You could be the most humblest person in the world and have those things going on for you and not rub it in anybody's face your entire life. You could be an incredibly good person and help people out and never be stingy about, or showy about your money. I know lots of people out there, including yourselves, and I know you all are these people, who just really are grateful for what they have, and they're in a really good spot in life, but they never tell anybody, or they never rub it in people's faces. They're just blessed. They're grateful for where they are right now. And I think that is the mentality. That's the mentality we should have. But as great as that is, what if the formula isn't about your whole life being that all the time, that success all the time, as good as that is? The thing that I've recently figured out is that there's another way to win in life. It's not just this way. There's another way to win. What if life wasn't about that big, long, successful journey all in one stride and just mounds and mounds of success and then overflow, right? What if maybe life is that for some people. Maybe for some people that works. But what if for others, I mean the people like you and I who are, maybe we're not in that category. I don't know. Maybe we are. But what if life was about starting new journeys? Okay? Like, for example, what if every 5 years, let's say, maybe every 6 months, every few weeks, every few days, we hit the reset button? And what if our journey, you and I, and the rest of us, was about hitting the reset button and yeah, there's struggles along the way. Um, there's going to be a lot of struggles. But what if our lives were just a big compilation, one big book, one giant big movie clip of a bunch of different small wins or big wins in different stories? You see what I'm saying? What if you ever notice how, like, for some of us, it seems like we can't get ahead, but we have this huge compilation of wins that we've accomplished over time. We just weren't able to take them with us to the afterlife, um, to the next process in our life, to the next phase in our life. Maybe they didn't last as long as we had hoped, but wins are good still. I think this is the key. I think life is really about, for some of us, not all of us, like, I'm not speaking for everybody here, but what if life, and just hear me out, is about that journey, and every once in a while, life decides, okay, it's going to hit the reset button on us, and we have to figure out new ways now to live, to be successful, to essentially, be different people in a good way, and learn. You know, for example, I mean, it's almost like life is like, okay, one day you're a plumber, 5 years in, you're successful, you're doing great things, you accomplished all this stuff. Here's these milestones. Let's say in a 5-year period, as a plumber, you had 3 key milestones where you accomplished something incredible. 1 year you bought the vehicle of your dreams. 1 year you saved up a certain amount of money for your family in your emergency fund. 1 year you went on that amazing, incredible trip to Europe that you've always wanted to go to or go on. And then life's just like, boom. Regardless of everything being perfect in your life or not, maybe you were at a downfall. You were in a really bad spot in your life. You had some struggles, and some mental struggles, some financial struggles, whatever. And you weren't able to meet all your goals, but you met some of them. Maybe you didn't meet any of them, but you learned a lot. And then life comes along, like I said, and hits that button. Boom. Next day you wake up, you're an author. You write books. Now you get to experience life through completely different lenses. You get to put on different glasses and view life differently. Maybe you're not making as much money as an author. Maybe you're not going to a 9 to 5, right? Maybe you write books for a company. Maybe you're not completely an independent author. Maybe you are. And as an author, you have this chance, this experience, this ability to be able to experience a completely different life. Guys, if you're living this way and you notice things don't end up working out for you all the time, believe me, that's just life showing you that things are actually working in your favor. And here's why. You have to realize that you're essentially, apart from God being in control of your life, you're essentially calling the shots here. So you have the ability to become that author if you want to, or start that LLC. We live in a time where we have freedom. I understand that, like, a job can be kind of like weighing you down and you can be stuck at a dead end 9 to 5. I understand, like, a lot of you are in that situation, and it's understandable. But at any point in time, we can quit what we're doing now and start something new. even if we're starting it while we're doing this other thing over here, like the 9 to 5 or the, other business, our breadwinning aspect, job, we can do things on the side and we can immediately start that whenever we want to. And that is the beautiful thing about life. We can create what we want to. And that's life's essentially going to be set up for the rest of us who don't have a distinct, like, next 40, 50 years of our life, living in abundance and success every single moment. No. Life is about how you respond to life when you're not in abundance. It's about creating abundance when the world isn't giving it to you, when the cards are not in your favor. That is abundance. You creating an abundant mindset, that is such a game changer. And I know it's been a game changer for me. I've had to create an abundant mindset because in the past, I was so used to winning all the time. I was so used to it being handed to me. And that's, handed to me in the sense that, like, life says, okay, you did the work. Now you're getting rewarded for all these years worth of work. Well, unfortunately, life hit the reset button on me. And there's a new journey that I'm facing now, because we're living in a difficult world right now. We're living in difficult times. So life is going to tell me what it wants to see out of me now by saying, okay, we're hitting the reset button now. Let's see if you can build this kingdom again. Let's see if you can build that success up again. And as you're doing that, building an abundant mindset is a game changer, because when you have an abundant mindset and you're living those different lives, life's hitting the reset button, right? We're living these different lives, success, milestones, milestone. This is life experiences. This is experience in life. It goes on your quote unquote resume, right? Life's resume. And it builds maturity, it builds abundancy and knowledge. But when you choose to have that abundant mindset while you're meeting these milestones in these phases of life, for those of us who are living this way, whose lives are set up this way, that is going to teach you. I don't want to be too simple about this, but it's going to teach you to build so much resilience and strength in a world where there's so much going on around you, that when somebody tells you something, essentially you're by this point where you've become so abundant and you've built that resilience and abundancy and that strength inside of you, when people come to you with something negative, whether it's negative energy in general, they want to tell you who you are, what you can and can't accomplish, this and that. So that's not going to be able to, they're not even going to be able to touch you. That's not going to affect you at all. The mistake that I made in past times was I would respond and get upset when people would tell me those things. But now, have you noticed that we're past that phase? We don't even get upset anymore and respond out of, our energy being taken away from us. We just know internally, yeah, we are as good as we say we are, because that person's not living your life. That person can't tell you, no matter what their situation is, they can't come to you and say, that they're calling the shots in your life. They know how your life is, because they don't. I don't care how long they've been alive. I don't care how much life experience they have. They still aren't in your shoes. They aren't in your situation. So I had a situation like that a few days ago where somebody was telling me, hey, this is how this works. And, just imagine being in this situation, is what they were telling me. Just imagine this, oh, you have so much negativity to look forward to in your life. Wait till this happens. Wait till you slip and fall. Wait till you fall on your face. Then you're really going to be upset. Then things are really going to be hard for you. And it's like, no, I already went through the toughest battles of my lifetime, and you're telling me that I haven't experienced that yet? Sure. Okay. I highly doubt that. Yes, you're going to come in contact with more experiences in your life where you're in situations where you learn more. And I get that. And experience more downfalls. But don't let anybody ever tell you your life experience, because you have a different way and view of seeing this. So that was another part and piece I wanted to tack onto there, because people seem to have this messed up, construed visualization of life that they see through a one-eyed glasses, or they have what we call the horse blinders on. And I'm talking negative people, right, in your life. This is why we need to get them out of our lives, or not focus on the negativity as much, because those people have this way about them where they see things one way. You don't see things one way. You have put on many different glasses in your life, and you've dropped the whole act where you respond to people's negativity. You kind of just put it in a paper bag, wrap it up, and toss it in the garbage. You're taking it out with the Friday trash. Let's be honest. I mean, these people don't have it figured out, and they never will, because they don't see life like you see them, and I see it, life, and you see life. So I hope this is making sense, but try and think about life through different viewing glasses, and realize that if your life's set up this way, life's going to hit the reset button, and just be prepared for that, and take all the good experiences out of every life you choose to live within this span of your entire existence. Every battle you go through, every experience you face, take positivity from it and build something that will be a milestone for your life. So you can just take that and add it to your portfolio of saved milestones. Okay? And before you know it, you'll look back on life, and even if you don't have trillions of dollars before you die or by the time you retire, at least you have a portfolio of experience. And people love you, you love people. And those are all great things. So I hope this video was awesome for you guys. I cannot wait to come back with another video. But remember, as you hit those phases and hit the reset button, for those of you whose lives are set up that way, guys, you have so much incredible experience ahead of you, and experiences to look forward to. Keep building, keep maintaining a positive mindset, and you can do anything. And that's the way I'm starting to see things as my mindset changes. So I love you guys so much. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.